Yo, what is good? Welcome, man. Welcome in. Live from Antarctica itself. Uh, your boy DG and Trey are back. You always know I'm your host, DG. Got my guy Trey that way 816 in the building with me. Snowy Saturday, man, but we are here with you guys through this winter storm, I guess you could say. More like winter. I don't even know what you want to
I
call
don't
it.
even know.
There definitely wasn't no storm. I knew they was overhyping it or whatever. But to all the people, if you are in other places where you got more heavy snow or anything like that, prayers and thoughts. Hope you staying safe and warm and things of that nature. Hope everybody's power stays on, and hope you got plenty of food and bread because there was no bread in the stores the other day when we went grocery shopping. So, hopefully, you were able to get you some bread or whatever and make you a couple sandwiches while you sit this and ride this storm out. But we are here, man, to help you guys distract you for a little bit and talk some college football with you. It's been a lot going on lately, especially with the end of the season coming upon us. Obviously it ended with CFP is finally over. We have our champion. But before we get to all that, Trey, how you feeling today, bro?
Man, this is a great day. Very exciting. I know a lot of people, you know, they're sad because college football is officially over. Oh, we gotta go back to no. We got a little time, and we can't watch baseball season hasn't started
Football
yet.
about
And
to be
all that.
completely over.
Yeah, we got
It was
nothing to
fast.
do. Yeah. Nah, it was a good. It was as I look back, good season. It was a great having fun. We saw a lot of people show up. We had a lot of great storylines. We had a lot of great people, a lot of great players really show out. We had some underwhelmers, uh, and then we had guys that we were trolling all season, and it looked like we were gonna eat our words, and then the magic went away.
Yep. Yeah, that magic carpet ride sometimes comes to an end, and eventually you fall back down to earth. But before we get to all that, man, I gotta give a shout out, man.
We some Indianimals. I'm an Indianimal. She an Indianimal. We from Indiana. We some Indianimals. Cut up. Hey. Cut up. Hey.
I'm an Indianimal. She an Indianimal.
We some Indianimals. Hey, the funniest part is when he looked at old girl and she just looks so irritated, dog.
Like, bro, she want nothing to do with bro. You're like, no,
yeah,
what are you
man.
doing?
Shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers, man, for the perfect season. Finishing the season off as national champions, man. What a magical ride for the boys in Bloomington, Indiana, man. Great game to seal the CFP off, man, and what a story, man. From Kirk Signati to Fernando Mendoza to D'Angelo Pons, Aiden Fisher, man, all those guys who were pretty much cast-offs,
Yeah.
guys that people didn't want, guys who transferred into Indiana and believed in Kirk, and believed in his philosophy. I think they had about, bro, there was one kid, I swear, he had to be like 35, man. he had to be like 30. I think it was one of their running backs, but I was like, no, dog, it's no way he don't got 3 kids at home right now. But nah, man, shout out to the Hoosiers, man. Fernando Mendoza caps off a great year as a national champion, Heisman Trophy winner. Just a great season from those guys all around, man. Great game. Kind of came down to the wire there at the end. But to walk into Miami pretty much playing a road game in a sense, and winning it all, man. They played tough. They played their style of football. I said it before. Once they beat Ohio State, I just thought they were a mismatch for everybody. The physicality, the mental awareness that team had, the experience as well too. I think last year played a big part for them in this losing to Notre the team that played in the national championship. Losing to them, I think kind of fueled this year and sparked this year for them. But great all around year for them, man, and great way to cap it off and finish it off. Indiana ends up winning 27-21. What was your thoughts on the national championship game?
Dude, like a lot of people, I heard a lot from Miami fans coming into this game. They were real excited. I heard a couple of them already talking about we gonna go back to back. We back. We bet to go back to back on these niggas.
The U is back, baby.
Man, and then we had our own guys. Shout out Chuck, but Chuck was in over there like, oh my God, I love college football when the U is back. Big win for Miami. And I'm like, hey, nah. It's not happening. But honestly, in totality, how I loved it, I just loved how Indiana just really came out there and they set the tone early.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, they gonna make Miami get the ball first. Like this is what's going on. They're going to make Miami start with the ball. Mm-hmm. And with them going in and doing all that, D'Angelo, shout out, bro. D'Angelo Ponce. I don't know. People, a lot of GMs might end up ignoring him just because of his size. That kid is a very physical corner. That guy is gonna stay in his hip pop. He's gonna stay in your hip pocket. He's not gonna allow easy catches. Like you're going to have to work when you're matched up on D'Angelo Ponce. Mm-hmm. And to watch that kid go stride for stride with Malachi Tony, go stride for stride with CJ Daniels, to sit over there and limit the amount of receptions on his side of the field, it speaks wonders to what Signetti does. Not only just does X's and O style, but also from a mentality. And Fernando Mendoza, the one thing I would keep on hearing from fans is, or from outside, whether they were rooting for Miami or not, people were like, Fernando Mendoza he struggled. And I'm like, sure, could you say that from a passing game? But in totality, Fernando did something that I don't think a lot of quarterbacks would have done, which is sit over here, sit in the pocket on a 4th and 3, throw a back shoulder fade to Omar Cooper, I think twice. He threw one to Omar Cooper, and then he threw one to Charlie Becker.
Mm-hmm. Charlie Becker was cooking out there getting busy.
He would get busy on these niggas, bro. And I just loved everything that I loved everything that Indiana did. I loved everything that Indiana showed. Like that Keelan Black, Charlie Hemby, like that core of guys to sit over there and say, we don't care where we're at and we don't care what people are saying. We're going to show you that anybody can win in the college football playoff. Anybody can win a national championship. Yeah. And how I saw that whole entire game play out, DG, the main thing out of this is Indiana fans can travel fucking well, bro.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They definitely was in the building, for sure.
They was in the building, and if you saw it was like the Miami sideline like this. Miami fans are here, and it's Indiana. I'm seeing red. I'm like on their side of the field, and they were still filling out their own side. I'm like, wow, like it's great when you have a good team, but it's even greater when you have a great fan base to go alongside with it. Shout out to the Hoosiers.
Yeah, man, definitely a great game. It's like I said, I just think ultimately Indiana's physicality is what ultimately ended up, being the deciding factor I think really in this game, especially once they got down into the red zone, for real. Then Fernando Mendoza showing his strength and ability of what he can do. That touchdown run he had was insane. That might be one of the plays of the year for college football. I think that's a play that everybody's pretty much going to remember, especially for his career moving forward, things of that nature. So it was a great game. Watching who I call Doofy throw that interception just brought so much glee and joy to my happy heart. Because I knew it was coming eventually. I was like, sooner or later, Carson Beck's gonna come back down to earth. Like, and it ended up happening. But yeah, man, that Indiana defense is insane. D'Angelo Pons and the rest of those guys. They're saying Aiden Fisher, that defensive line, absolutely crazy this year. It seems like Indiana is going to continue to trend in that way. We might be looking at another Big Ten powerhouse in Indiana here soon. You know, once you win one, now you start getting everybody to kind of show up and want to play for you at that point. So shout out to Coach Kirk, man, and what he's been able to do. Go ahead.
Another one. You want to know what I heard from Miami fans say? It took kids from Miami to beat Miami. Well, how about this?
Recruit them. Get them back.
Y'all know, let's really keep it 100. They got beat by a quarterback that you didn't even allow to walk on at your university.
Nope. And he was willing to play for free.
For freeski. He said, I'll pay the school fine. Just let me play. Let me say I play football for Miami. Y'all told him no. You went, guess what? Sharp, the nigga the dude who called game, he's from Miami. He went to Miami Northwestern High School.
Yeah.
And he gamed the team that he probably grew up watching too. The fact that there was so many connections from Indiana towards the Miami area, from Fernando and his younger brother to Sharp to everybody, every person who was from Miami that ended up playing for Kirk Cignetti, this was personal for them.
Yeah,
they made it personal. They didn't get anywhere. Shout out to the Big 12 refs that were officiating this game because of the fact that they let them play.
Yeah, very, very good officiating game.
Yeah, very good officiating. I would say that, as well as the ability of just watching them just do what they needed to do. And they didn't do no extra stuff afterwards, because let's be honest, I hear from Miami fans talking about we should have got away with it. That's this, that, and the third. Let's keep it 100. You were dropping back, and there was some times where Miami was doing some extra stuff after the play, and nobody called it.
They was definitely smacking it.
They were doing extra stuff.
I'll say that they was definitely bringing it to
Fernando
Mendoza. So it was definitely a very physical game. That's why he earned a lot of my respect as far as the physicality, the brunt of physicality he took from some of those guys or whatever. But I think Miami was impressive. There were some impressive guys on that side. Ken Mesidor had a great game. Ruben Bain obviously had his impact over. Malachi Toney, I think, had his impact on it or whatever. Miami didn't play around or anything. I think ultimately just the experience and the physicality from Indiana's side just outweighed everything. And Cignetti he's building a hell of a program up there. And I really don't think if we're going to see Indiana go away anytime soon. As our guy CJ joins us at CG81. What's good, bro? How you feel about the national championship game?
Gang members. I think it was the script kind of went out. I thought it was going to be a close game. I thought the original line they dropped was kind of disrespectful to think that Miami was going to lose by 2 possessions at home. I thought that was crazy wild.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
losing the game is cool. Like Indiana was the better team. They were the best team in the country this year. So I'm not surprised that they won, but saying they were going to lose by 8.5 or 7.5 was crazy. So I definitely took the spread with that one. So I knew Miami would keep it close. DG kind of said it. Mendoza's been a dog all year. Doesn't really do anything crazy special. He just doesn't really make big mistakes. And the whole team, I think they're one of the most least penalized teams in the country this year. So they just played a clean game. Yeah, outside of that false start that they had, that was really probably the only really mistake they made overall in the game. They didn't throw a pick, no fumbles. They really don't have no crazy roughing the passer penalties. They don't find ways to beat themselves. And I think just a couple of the mistakes that Miami made gave Indiana a leg up and helped them win the game. So definitely good to see Miami fight back because it was getting dark for a minute. I know it was 10-zip. It was about to be 17-zip for a while before Mark Fletcher broke that long run. So Miami had a great team, man. Good team this year. Malachi Tony is going to be an All-American for years to come. Going to be a future first-round pick as long as he stays healthy. He's so good, bro. And he's really supposed to be in high school, which is crazy. Like, bro, imagine you playing this kid on Friday nights and he's lining up on Saturday playing. Like, he's supposed to be in high school. Like, that's crazy. So, no, they had a great team. I think Signetti, what he pulled off, I told Trey, that's probably one of the best sports championships we've ever seen in our life. Not even just college football, just ever. That's like what he did is like. Not trying to be mean, but like KU football winning the national championship, like something you would never ever thought that. Not trying to troll, but like something you would never think happened, or even like something like even like in the NFL purpose, like the Browns winning the Super Bowl, something you never thought would happen, but they've done it, bro. Like he did something that's unprecedented. The Indiana team doesn't have any 5 stars. There was a lot of transfer, a lot of older guys, a roster coming into the season where nobody picked them to make the playoffs like they did the year before. Definitely didn't pick them to win the Big Ten. Or even make the Big Ten championship. They did all 3 of those things. And not only did they win the national championship, they were undefeated. So nobody took that bet before the season. If you did, you are a diehard Hoosier fan. I respect you because I didn't see nobody saying this.
Plain Jane insane.
I got to show love to a dude that I see in other betting spaces. Sean is one of them guys.
Oh, yeah, shout out Sean. He a Hoosier fan. That makes sense.
He a for real Hoosier fan.
Yeah, he's a Hoosier. If you're a fan of the Hoosiers, that makes sense. I get you. But outside of the state of Indiana, there wasn't nobody unless they think they were going to make the national championship. So.
He was rocking with them the entire way.
He really was. He kept calling everybody dumb for betting against them. And I wasn't a believer in them until they beat Oregon. Once they beat Oregon in that regular season game in Oregon, after that, I started like, all right, maybe they are legit. And these guys are real. They have a great receiving core. A lot of weapons. The guys are probably going to get drafted. But like DG said, they got in Hoover. They got Nick Marsh. They got a lot of guys coming from the portal, and Smitty just trying to keep this thing rolling, man. So they're going to be a good team for years to come, for sure.
Yeah, I want to know what really. Oh, go ahead, DJ.
No, I was going to say it didn't surprise me that they were back in the playoffs because they had already made the playoffs.
They made it last year,
before.
Yeah.
I just think the more surprising thing was how serious people weren't taking them. And I was on that side. Like,
rightfully so. What have they done to make
they beat Oregon? And ultimately I thought like, okay, that's a good win for them. I'm not surprised that they beat Oregon or anything, but the ultimate litmus test for me was when they beat Ohio State. Once they beat Ohio State, I was like, this team's probably going to win it all at the end of the day. So I'm not, I'm still kind of shocked, but the amount of experience in the players that they had on that team, you can just kind of see. It goes to show you that you don't necessarily have to have 5 stars. You don't necessarily have to kill the transfer portal or anything of that nature. You just got to get kids in your program that buy into what you're preaching and just get them to believe in themselves. And I think Cincinnati is doing that. Go ahead, Trey. My bad.
I'm glad you brought up seriousness because this dude, Kurt Cincinnati.
Google me, I win.
Like
the faces he was making, man.
The faces that bro made.
We don't just beat top 25 teams. We beat the shit out of them. I'm like, damn.
Bro, I'm like, dog. Do we get are we gonna get like some type of smile at him, bro? Or are we gonna get some?
He got one smile after they got the ring.
Yeah, he got one smile. Let me show y'all exactly what it looked like.
Yeah.
This is against Bama. You're up 17-0.
He don't give a hoot.
That's that Nick Saban tree, man. You never satisfied. No matter what the score is, never satisfied.
Nick was definitely proud.
Nick was bro. Nick them be up 42-0, and Nick still screaming.
Bro,
Still
I
getting
think
on his players.
Terrion Arnold did a podcast with Patrick Surtain. They talked about it all the time. He be yelling at them more when they win it.
Yeah, for sure. Because complacency can start to set in or whatever, especially when you're coaching kids or whatever.
Absolutely.
People, kids all the time can just buy into that complacency and think that a lead is safe or things of that nature. I think that's what Nick was always his belief is that you play through the whistle, play to the end, no matter what the score is, and no matter how much you're up, or how much you're down. So I love what Cincinnati is doing, man.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they go next year.
Yeah, I'm definitely nervous now because he seems like he's really building a great program.
He locked in
up there. If I was Ryan Day or boy in Michigan or any
Dabo
of those
Sweeney,
bro, I'm pissed off now because Indiana is stealing players and once you win one, man, everybody wants to start joining.
People want to pull up.
For sure. So, but yeah, man, great game. Great season, man. But as far as it goes, moving into more of the offseason talk at this point in time. Big news coming out of Baton Rouge. We got to commit, man. Jordan Seaton has finally chose a school.
Lane pulled out the W.
There was a lot of controversy behind what was going on with this recruitment. There was talks that Jordan Seaton's uncle was trying to take extra money from Oregon and trying to get him to flip to Oregon and take a visit there. He wanted to commit. I think he said he wanted to commit to LSU a couple days ago or whatever, and his uncle was kind of in the mix of trying to lure some more schools for more money. There's a lot of controversy behind this, but ultimately Jordan Seaton ends up picking LSU. It seems like Lane Kiffin now has the top tackle in the transfer portal, the top edge in the transfer portal, and the number one quarterback in the transfer portal in Sam Levitt. So building a great program already off to a really great start, I think, for LSU. What are y'all thoughts on Jordan Seaton landing in LSU?
Number one
grab for them. He was the number one tackle coming out of high school, so everybody wanted him. I'm sure LSU probably recruited him coming out of high school. So Deion figured out a way to get him to Colorado, and now Lane did the same thing.
Yeah,
best coach. I mean, in his mind, and biggest bag. I'm sure he got paid a lot of money, as DG said, and go to school at LSU. They trying to win a championship. They championship or bust. That's the expectation they have when you bring in a guy like Sam Levitt, pay him all the money he got. You bring in all the receivers they got. They got Jace Brown from K-State. I think he was a number 3 or 5 receiver in the portal.
Yep.
So Lane's building something special, man. Obviously, you want to see what the defense looks like and those kind of things. But Lane built his offense going to score points wherever he goes. You don't know what the defense is going to be guaranteed all the time, but they will score points. And he's basically giving his quarterback a lot of confidence, bringing in arguably the best left tackle in the country coming out of high school. So this is a great grab for Lane and them boys for sure.
I got two things. One, a lot of people were trying to talk mess about Lane, talking about, oh my God, he didn't do nothing. He ain't done nothing in the transfer portal. And then he turns around. And it's mainly been Ole Miss fans. I understand the rivalry between Ole Miss and LSU.
And they supposed to say that. They salty.
Yeah, they hate him. This really builds it. This is what's really gonna make Ole Miss versus LSU next year. Cinema.
Must watch.
But I think honestly, it got to that point. So number one, I think Lane has done a phenomenal job, not just bringing in people from the portal, but also you kept Caden Durham. Caden Durham was looking like he was about to do that portal.
About to lead too. Yep, that's a good keep.
You were able to keep him. You went where you were able to keep Lamar Brown, Deuce
Weeks coming back.
Like Lane has been able. I'm not more interested on what he brought in. It's the people that he kept. Because now you've gotten stuff up. You got Sam Levitt, and Sam Levitt seems like he's ready to go. He's healthy. He's 100%. And it seems like you're going to be able to bring him in. You gave him weapons. You gave him guys that you can go. You got him offensive linemen and all. You got him trenches that can protect the lead as well as keep him upright. Like Lane has done a phenomenal job. People can say whatever they want to say about him leaving. Guess what? According to Lane, Lane said Nick Saban was the main reason why that really sealed him going to LSU. Without that might cause some beef.
Coaches leave all the time, man. It is what it is.
Yeah.
If you mad about coaches leaving, you in the wrong business. That ain't ever gonna stop. Lane ain't the first one. He ain't gonna be the last one.
Definitely college.
Facts.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It's always about the bag, bro. Like coaches leave
But
every.
after this, now I have a thing about Jordan Seaton. Jordan Seaton, I'm always gonna be rooting for every kid to get the bag. But how you got to this point, some question marks about you.
It is what it is. It's all about play now. If he plays well, ain't nobody gonna care.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
As a talent, if you go out there and play like shit, then they'll start bringing it up.
As a talent, that kid is phenomenal. But how he got there, mind you, he told the Colorado media marketing staff, "Hey, make me a highlight clip." They thinking that he coming back just for him to turn around and say, "I'm in the transfer portal." They made him a whole clip just so they can say, "Hey, I'm in the portal." Caught everybody off guard.
That was funny.
You did all of that. Juju. I mean, I can understand why he did it because of the fact that number one, Jordan was committed to Shador and Travis Hunter. They're both gone. So then, in his eyes, his boys, the ones that he wanted, they're gone. They're out of the picture. He gave Prime 2 years. He gave him his 2 years, and he went on from there. But going on from there, brother, like that. Outside of that, don't depend on your family being your agent. Your family ain't entirely looking out.
I've always said that. Keep those things separate, bro. I have no problem with your family being involved in your life. That's your mom, dad, uncle, sister, brother, whoever it is. I'm not saying your family shouldn't be involved in your business because they should have your best interest at heart. But at the end of the day, you need to have business people be business people and let your family members be your family members because sometimes their interests can contradict your best interests. They may want more money. You may want to go to a better situation with a coach or vice versa. And we've seen this for years. Like the kid who wanted to commit to Alabama, but his mom wanted him to go to LSU. Kid was at Georgia, wanted to come out the draft. His mom made him come back. We've seen vice versa in those situations. It's a lot of things where, like, if you're a family member, be a family member and support him, but let people who have business degrees and people who have law degrees, let them handle the contract stuff. That's not your lane. Be a family member, support them, but that's not your stay in your lane. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I remember Jacob Copeland. If y'all remember that video, anybody remembers his mom walked off. She had the Tennessee hat, she had the Alabama hoodie, and he chose Florida. Mm-hmm. And that right there just shows you, like, bro, your uncle, your dad, your whoever, they might be wanting to buy the newest little Gator shoes for Sunday, church event.
I mean, it's like family members are cool. Like they're to support you and love you, but you're not an agent. Like that's the thing. Like I know you may want them to go somewhere, but shouldn't you want what's best for the kid? If honestly you believe in the coach, you believe in the institution, the university, and you like the program they've built there, you feel like your kid's going to be safe, he can be developed, and most importantly, get a great education. If it checks those boxes and the kid believes in it, then why are you upset? That part kind of bothered me. I'm not trying to call anybody a bad mom or ever talk about anybody's mother because we're not disrespectful in that way. But to be upset about your son making a decision, you acting like it was a terrible decision. You acting like he chose to do something terrible. He went to a different school. It's okay. Like he can still achieve all his dreams. I'm sure you want for him. Absolutely. Like it's okay, bro.
Hey, man. Shout out Jacob Copeland. I think he in the league somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but he in the league somewhere. I know.
But it's just in this world with social media, a lot of parents get too involved, and I'm never going to be someone to like. Because obviously, if I had a kid, I probably would be as excited as all these parents or siblings about their kid getting a scholarship, an NIL deal, or getting drafted. I'm gonna be just as excited as anybody. But at the end of the day, if you're a dad, be a dad. If you're a brother, be a brother. If you're a sister, be a sister. Like, your job is not to be his agent, like because you didn't go to school for that. Not to be just, you don't have a business degree or a law degree. You're a family member. Be a family member. Let the people who have degrees handle that stuff. And then if something goes wrong, then you can step in. But to try to play both roles, that's not your job. So
I'm always an advocate of get the right people in the room that are going to make the best decisions for you. And sometimes that's not always family.
Absolutely.
Family, even though family loves you, at the end of the day, sometimes family can have their own interests at heart. as well too. And I think this is kind of one of those situations. But I'm glad he did choose a school. I know a lot of people are obviously quite upset with how he went about the whole process or whatever. But at the end of the day, this is where college football is moving. It's a business now. These schools make money off of these kids, and they're going to do everything. And these kids are going to do everything in their advantage to give themselves the best opportunity to further their careers and further their families' lives as well too. So I don't blame Jordan Seaton or anything like that. I just think that make sure next time you got the right people around you and giving you the right advice to pick where you want to go. But I ultimately think that this is probably arguably the perfect fit for him.
It is,
especially moving forward, especially with Lane Kiffin is kind of building there. We could potentially see Jordan Seaton probably be a top 10, top 5 pick next year. He plays really well for them or whatever. I know he has 2 years of eligibility, but I don't expect him to stay beyond this year, especially if LSU plays really well and make some noise down there. But ultimately, that saga is over, man. We're gonna flip to a new saga that's been going on. Changes to the 2026 playoff. So going into next year, auto bids to each Power 4 champ, regardless of ranking, and Notre Dame will be guaranteed an at-large bid if they are ranked in the top 12 in the final poll.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. That is wild.
Obviously, there is expected the CFP will remain at 12 teams for the next season. I kind of ultimately think that that's probably going to change after this season, but for right now, it's still at 12 teams. We'll start with Trey. What's your thoughts on these changes?
Talk about privilege
going into next year.
Hold on.
What is this, bro?
Are y'all telling me? Y'all heard Notre Dame get upset because they got kicked out of the playoffs because they didn't win a conference championship and they had a week straight to schedule. And you see
that schedule for next year.
It's weird. It's weaker than the one last year. I'm like, Jesus Lord.
They play like one ranked team next year.
What are we doing?
And y'all gonna tell them, oh, they deserve to get in because they complained. Mm-hmm. They complained because
this is the definition of privilege, bro. There ain't no way you made an automatic bid. You telling me they could go 9-2 or 10-2 in their season and they guaranteed to get in.
All they have to do is finish in the top 12 and they are in an at-large bid.
That's so crazy, bro. What are we doing?
Go ahead and pull it up. I didn't want to bring it up because when I saw it, I was just like, you expect this school? Like, you did see Notre play in the national championship, previous year before or whatever.
This one's a little too complex.
I still don't understand how you put this team into the field of 12 just off them making a top 12 ranking. That makes no sense to me. I've been saying it for the longest. Notre Dame needs to join the conference at this point. Join the ACC, Big 12, one of these conferences, one of these Power 4 conferences, and
just go win like
ball,
you can. Just go win.
Play ball like the rest of us. I don't really think it's fair to these other schools who work their ass off to get to this point, play the tough games. Everybody complains about the SEC biasness or whatever, but it ultimately shows that the SEC is one of the best conferences in the nation or whatever. And for you to go through that gauntlet of games to have to play, and now that the SEC is adding an extra game as well too, it just makes no sense to me that you're rewarding a school for basically doing nothing at this point. So
money grab. Jesus
yeah,
Lord.
this is the schedule next year for Notre Dame. They're gonna finish in the top 12.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The only losable game on this schedule is BYU or Miami. That's it. Them the only two. I can see them losing. On the road at BYU, at home versus Miami, even though I think they're gonna win that game because Miami's losing a lot this year. I think Kevin Jennings is coming back to SMU. I know they lost it. I know that's always a fun game whenever they play, but they should lose no more than 2 games on the schedule. No more than 2.
You're telling me this team deserves an automatic bid?
Schedule's trash.
Their strength of schedule is weak.
It's worse than last year.
This is way worse.
Yeah.
You got Wisconsin, you got Rice, you got Michigan State, you got Stanford, you got
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Beat the hell out of them.
Boston College?
I mean, at Navy, Navy was an 11-win football team this year, but overall, this is an extremely weak schedule, bro.
Navy's not sure. Yeah.
They really not. I was trying to be optimistic, like that's the only team on their schedule outside of Miami that won 10+ games last year.
Do they even play USC next year?
Nope, no USC this year.
No USC.
And they usually play them every year.
The only team you got a rank win that we respected, you're not even adding them onto the list.
Exactly.
Yeah, and my whole thing is like they complained about Miami being in the bracket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miami went all the way to the championship. Like Miami proved to you they deserve to be in there. Yeah, and had a chance to win the national championship. And you're telling me, do you think that Notre Dame team this year would have done the same thing?
I don't know why they're even mad. They beat you.
Yes, like you lost to 2 teams that were in the field in Texas A&M and Miami. Miami beat Texas A&M, and ran through some of the team and beat Ohio State. Beat the teams that you probably wouldn't have beat. I don't understand it. Like I get
this is so
Notre
bad.
Dame has been a historical blue blood in this college football thing, but at the end of the day, like this is privilege, dog. I'm sorry.
Extremely
I don't know how you want to slice this or whatever. This is definite privilege. And it makes no sense to me. It is not fair to these other schools that like I said, that earn their way into it, or whatever. So I don't agree.
I'm betting against Notre Dame every week now just because of this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I hope they lose, bro. Like I'm not mad at the kids because obviously it's not their fault. And but it's just like I know the administration was whining after they didn't get in the playoff because everybody thought they was going to get in. I know their fans were upset. But if you're a true lover of football or a true fan, even the University of Notre Dame, if you want to win, you want to win the right way, bro. This is not winning the right way, bro.
No.
This is privilege. This is people giving you the benefit of the doubt when you haven't earned your way to be in there. And if any team when winning any championship, all you want to do is say we earned a way to be in the game. You don't want to have any scandals or any legally things attached to your name or any asterisks. You want to win the right way on a clean slate. This is not a clean slate, bro.
I don't get why you just don't join a conference. You play
it's not hard.
You play ACC schools anyway.
The basketball team does it. The girls basketball team does it. How come you can't?
Every other sports team.
The men's and women's both play.
That's what I'm saying. They do it. Why don't you do it?
Just join the conference, gang. Join the conference.
And it's the ACC. No disrespect, but it's like you can't compete with them. That's what you think? Like
you telling me because let's be honest. This ain't the early 2000s no more.
Nope.
Until Florida State is coming up with it, no, Florida State's not going to be in the picture this year. We're not expecting Florida State to be.
Before these last 2 years, Miami's been up and down too. So it's like and Clemson's we know been on the decline since Trevor Lawrence left. So it's like who you really afraid of to join the ACC?
Cal?
What's stopping you? Louisville?
Cal?
Like what are we doing? Like y'all could easily go in there and win that conference and go to the playoff. It's not hard. Like I don't know why they acting like this.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense.
Crazy.
Definite privilege, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all now, they're gonna make it. They're gonna finish in the top 12. They're gonna be right on the borderline, and there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be pissed off about making it. Let's move to
might as well bet that in the summer.
This other news as well too. How do y'all guys feel about the auto bids to the Power 4 champs? So if we're going off of last year, right?
Love it.
Duke is in
the
tournament.
Yeah.
Yep. They won the conference.
I don't know how a lot of people would feel about that, but it obviously is what I said. This now makes the conference championship games a lot more important because now you can necessarily have 9-3-ish kind of record or something like that and make your conference championship. And if you win that game, you get in. I know some people will probably be upset with that, but how do you guys feel about the Power Four champs getting a spot in the tournament.
This basically sets up. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead, CJ.
I love it. I think obviously it like DG said, it makes the conference championship game more meaningful. Obviously, if you're a team like Virginia and you're playing Duke in the ACC championship game, like DG said, they kind of knew win or lose, we really don't expect Duke to get in. So now going into that game with this year's scenario, Duke and UVA fans would know, hey, we have to win this game to get in. Like the winner automatically gets in. So it puts more pressure on the teams to take that game more seriously. So I think coming into that game, I know me and Trey did a space with one of our guys, Reed. We kind of joked around like that game's not even watchable because even if Duke did happen to win, and they did, they're not getting in. Yeah. So which is the kind of unfortunate part. So now you make that game mean something. I think all conference championship games should mean something because A, you want to finish the top of your conference for one. Two, you want to go out there to show you're one of the better teams in the country. And because you won your conference, you deserve the right to go play for a national championship. So I love this. This rule makes complete sense. Win your conference, you get in. Point blank, period.
I agree. But the one thing is as there are a lot of great things, there's that little downside. Whoever wins the ACC, y'all better be like that. Because if we have another situation where we have a Duke versus SMU, or we got a Duke versus Virginia, or we got one of these guys and other people, hell, for the Big 12 too.
You want me sitting at home?
Texas Tech. Y'all over here making too much noise. Y'all better put up next year.
They pay Swords be hella money.
Come on now. Like this is now that time to where if you won a conference, if you win the conference championship or you one of them favorites, you better prove to us that you a favorite. Because if we got another one of these situations where we see Clemson versus SMU, or we watching who was the Big 12 championship last year?
Tech versus BYU.
No, not Tech. No,
the year before that, it was Oklahoma State. Who was it?
Arizona State.
Arizona State
and Iowa State, I believe.
Like, if you want a situation where you got a team and you're trying to say we're trying to make a legitimate run, I love the fact that yes, it now allows the Big 12. That now means that conference championships mean something because a lot of fans were speculating. So what's the point of playing the conference championship games when you already know that you're in the college football playoff, that you already locked in? Now that makes you say, hey, you got to get it. Like, if you really want a for sure bid, you don't need to worry on if you on the bubble, if you on the right side or the left or the wrong side, whichever side that you think it. This now gives you that opportunity saying if you're in the conference championship game and you think that you're an underdog, you better put up something because there's a lot on the line when it comes to that.
For sure. So, top 12 or win your conference, one or the other.
You better win.
Yeah. Like I said, I think ultimately what this means is that the committee obviously is telling you that the conference championship games are going to be meaningful to this point. And a lot of people kind of complain just because last year, going into this year, you had a team like Alabama who got smacked in the conference championship game, but still ended up also making the field of 12. But now it goes to if Alabama wins that game, they might, they're automatically in regardless or whatever. So I think you couldn't have kept the same bracket and not made the conference championship games somewhat of importance. So now it just gives more leeway for there to be a little bit more chaos in this thing. Conference championship weekend is going to have a little bit of stir into it now just because, like I said, a Duke or Alabama who's on the fringe or, one of BYU who's on the bubble and looking inside and may, all they have to do is win this game to get a bid. I like it. I know some people are going to hate it. I think it's one of those things where it's okay for you to be kind of middle ground on it. You can, kind of not like it, but love it, at the same time or whatever.
Right.
But
go win your conference. I don't know what's to be mad about. Yeah. Go win your point, if you think you're better than that team, beat them in the regular season. You ain't gotta have this conversation.
Yeah,
go beat them.
We'll see where it goes from here, man. I'm excited to see. Let's get to our next bit of topic as well too. So On3 released this list. They're way too early college football player rankings. I know PFF also had a list. If y'all want to go check that out, I think PFF did the top 100 players in the nation for them as well. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up, On3 had this list on their Twitter, and then they deleted it. And I think a lot of people were slightly pissed off about some of the guys that were ended up being on this list, and I think that's ultimately why they ended up deleting it. Looking at the list, what do you guys thought? Yeah, if you're on there, at least. But what do you guys?
Like it's a terrible list. Everybody on this list is a good player.
Obviously, Jeremiah Smith, number 1, Dante Moore, 2, Dylan Stewart at 3, Malachi Tony at 4, Colin Simmons at 5, Kewan Lacey 6, Ahmad Hardy at 7, offensive tackle from Indiana, Carter Smith, who returned to school. Is not going to go to the draft. At 8, Cam Coleman at 9, and then Sam Levitt to round out the top 10. Trey, give me your thoughts on the On3 way too early list.
I have no issue with the players on this list. The positioning is wrong. Yes. I think there are people who have been snubbed. I'm glad he just said something. Because number 1, I love Dylan Stewart. I think that he's very athletic. He's a great edge. I think that he's a great Anyway, let's get back to
he said hard is great.
Hard over Lazy. Yeah, he said hard. But I think Dylan Stewart's a freaking name. I don't know if he's deserving of the 3rd best player in college football. Malachi Tony at 4, that's fine. Colin Simmons, he's going to be a great edge. I think that next year, the next year, 2027 draft is going to be phenomenal when it comes to those two. I love Kewan Lacey. He's always going to be a Missouri Tiger to me. But putting him over Ahmad Hardy is absolutely insanity. I think Ahmad Hardy should be top 5, one of the best players in college football.
Kewan Lacey had like 20 touchdowns this year. That's why.
Yeah. But
20
you got
plus, 20 plus actually, yeah.
Ole Miss played like 4 extra games.
Exactly. So they got those in more.
Yeah, it's a little here and there.
Yep.
Carter Smith for sure. Cam Coleman for sure. Like the names of the players on here aren't bad. I think it's like
names are fine.
Yeah, I think it's more or less the positioning.
Which is that part you can't really like what are you going to value? Like, do you value tackle more, quarterback? It's only 1 quarterback on this list.
Are you valuing youth more? Like, what does it look like? I mean, there's a lot of things that come along into this. Me personally, again, I don't dislike the list. I think that honestly, on my list, I probably would have thrown DeCorian more on there just because I'm just a big fan of him. I think that he's got a lot of potential. I think that he's shown a lot. I mean, we've had a lot of freshman phenoms come back. I mean, I'm sure Trinidad Chambliss, if they were to overturn it and allow him an extra year,
yeah, he'll be on this list for sure.
I mean, it's again, I don't mind the names on here. I just don't like the positioning. Like saying Ahmad Hardy is the 7th best player above college football and saying that there's a running back better than him.
I like Ahmad Hardy's a better pure runner. Obviously, like breaking tackles, breaking through contact, explosivity, like he does all those things. Obviously, Kewan Lacey is an amazing back. He does essentially anything you would want a back to do. He catches the ball well, has great vision. He scored a lot of touchdowns for them this year, and I think that's probably the notch that put him over the top because he touches dirt a lot for them, even in games you think he shouldn't. And that run he had versus Miami was a very well-blocked run, but explosive on him and patience. So those are probably the 2 best backs in the country. You could flip-flop them all day, and I wouldn't be mad about that one at all. But, I mean, it's not like it's a bad player to be ranked behind. But I would take Hardy over Lacey just overall because he does everything. But Lacey's the dude, though.
Yeah. From my viewpoint, there were a lot of Texas fans that were upset with this list.
You think y'all should have more?
Arch.
Yeah, because Arch made.
I mean, but he didn't have an amazing year. Like we went through this last year, bro. We thought it was overrated.
The thing was that they put Sam Levitt on there, and Sam Levitt didn't even play as much as Arch last year.
I can't even see Sam where he. At 10.
Yeah, he's at the bottom at 10.
Okay.
So a lot of Texas fans were pissed off, and I think kind of deservedly so because
I mean, yeah, Sam didn't have the best year either. So
you know, yeah, I do think that going into next year, Arch is definitely gonna be one of the more sought after quarterbacks, especially in the draft class or anything like
but
that.
if anything, DJ, they should be happy because didn't you say all this year there was too much pressure, too many eyes on Arch?
Yeah,
Now kind of flying under the radar.
yeah.
I would like it like this. I want everybody.
I was. That's why I was happy, just because I like the disrespect. I like the fact that a lot of people don't want to talk about Arch and things of that nature. I think that this does take pressure off of him to just kind of go out there and free flow and play and do his thing. That coming into oh wow, we just got some breaking news.
Breaking news.
This is NFL related. Steelers are hiring Mike McCarthy as their head coach.
The good old Yinzers coming back to PA.
But anyway, back to college football.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
We'll get to some NFL here.
He's coming back.
He's coming back.
Yeah, a lot of people were upset about Arch and folks stop paying attention. Yeah, back half of the season, Arch definitely grew and played a lot better. You could tell, and if you want to, you can really go back and watch that bowl game against Michigan. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it's a bowl game or whatever. Michigan played a lot of their returning starters in that game or whatever, and Arch was obviously the best player on that field that night or whatever. So I don't hate it. I mean, if people think Sam Levitt, Sam Levitt is obviously talented or whatever, and I don't blame people like Dante Moore as well too. I think those guys are going to be above or ahead of Arch. I'm okay with that. But ultimately, I do think that at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, and we redo this list probably at the end of the year, Arch will definitely be on the list. A lot of Texas fans were kind of mad that Dylan Stewart was ahead of Colin Simmons. Obviously, we're more biased to Colin Simmons as well. He led the SEC in sacks this year. One of the better edges in the country this year, but it is what it is, in my opinion. Not really tripping. Like I said, if people want to, throw the disrespect towards Texas or whatever and say that, that they don't have insanely talented players, that's fine. We'll go out on the field next year and we'll just prove it to you guys. But a lot of people had a lot of stir about this list, and I think that's why on 3 deleted it because it pissed a lot of people off or whatever. The Ahmad Hardy, Keywan Lacey over Ahmad Hardy is absolutely insane. But
they did it off numbers because Kawhi really scored like 23 touchdowns this year, but that's not counting playoffs. Like, he scored a lot.
I get it.
He scored a lot of touchdowns.
But if we're talking talent wise,
Ahmad Hardy's the best.
Taking Ahmad Hardy
strictly running.
But
Kawhi's the dog though. Like,
it just to me it ultimately I think kind of boiled down. Maybe there's a little bit of biasness on some of this list with some guys that vote on this on 3 or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's just a list, and it's still way too early to rank a lot of these players. I think this list will obviously change going into after spring ball and things of that nature going into next year. What we see from some of these guys, but for a guy like Malachi Toney, who was a freshman, to make this list, man, the trajectory for that kid's career is off the charts at this point. It's almost similar to the guy that's number 1 on this list, and Jeremiah Smith, and how he kind of came into the college football and it had a huge impact. So definitely expect Malachi Toney to be one of the better players moving forward for the foreseeable future. He's just a freshman. He's supposed to be.
He is.
He's supposed to be in high school, bro.
I think that the biggest thing is I'm rooting for Malachi because, again, you always love fresh new blood, especially at the wide receiver position. You want young talents who have been able to show off and be capable of who and what they are. Mm-hmm. My scare is because we did this exact same thing with Jeremiah. You got 2 guys that we did the exact same thing after their freshman year, and Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams. Jeremiah lived up to his height. Jeremiah, Alabama tried to move him to the slot. Didn't work out as much. I'm hoping that Malachi Tony continues to be him as well as continue to develop and have the right pieces around him so he can continue to be this. Because yeah, now Malachi's entering that conversation of, are you going to be a Jeremiah Smith and add on and continue to be productive, or are you going to be like a Ryan Williams, have something happen to you, and then now you're different. Now you're not as productive.
Oh, did y'all mention the Darian Mensah situation?
Oh,
Oh yeah, not yet.
We forgot about that.
We can
That
talk
plays a
about
lot
that.
because whoever,
Yeah.
I forgot, he was supposed
Yeah,
to
that
go
one's
to Miami, and then they put a lawsuit out that says he's not allowed to play for another school next year. So it's kind of like that Demond Williams situation, but a little different.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Darian Mensah, yeah, definitely one of the more sought after quarterbacks in the transfer portal at this point in time. Trying to leave Duke. Did he file? They filed a lawsuit against him.
Yeah, they did.
Yep, so he can't leave.
Basically saying
he filed a restraining order.
So he can't play for another school this year.
Yeah, because according to them, he still had multiple years of eligibility to play with them and signed to play with them for the foreseeable future. Yeah, so now in a legal battle, which we've seen a lot of these kids from him to Ole Miss,
Demond Williams.
Yeah, Demond Williams. The legal battles, man, are really coming to foresight. And it's like I've been saying, this is the way college football is moving. It's really becoming extremely businesslike. Players are going to try to do what they can to further their careers and think about themselves. You know, I think you would like to say you would. Do you really feel bad for any of these schools? Because ultimately, like, bro, you make money off of them, right?
Right.
You know, but at the same time, like, a school now is saying you signed a contract, you have to honor that contract. You know, so like it's kind of an even playing field at this point. Like, the school tells you got to be here for a certain amount of time. It's just kind of like the NFL. Like, you can't just get out of your contract once you sign it. Like, it is. Once you put your name on that dotted line, you got to honor what you're signing. So I think a lot of these players need to really start learning that ultimately you have to look at the fine print before you sign things. Make sure you discuss and review with whoever is representing you, that you're in a clear headspace and know what is to come and what your contract basically says. So I want Darian Mensah to do whatever is best for his career, but ultimately, like, you got to honor your deal, brother. You know, like, that's how this thing boils down.
If the deal goes for multiple years, that's different than that one for sure.
I think that this is a big one because what I've heard from other fans is that Darian Mensah was at a Duke game. They brought him up on stage, and then Duke basically pulled a Kyrie.
Said, "Are you coming back?" He's like, "I'm coming back."
Coming back, yeah. He told me that, "Hey, I hope y'all ready because we back."
And then he said, "Psych."
Now he's saying psych, and there was speculation that he was going to the draft. He shut down those rumors and said, "Nah, I'm coming back to Duke. I'm gonna come back to Duke." Then things happen. You finally understand that Carson Beck can't come back for a 13th year or however many years that he's been here for. And now Miami's at that kind of spot where they're like, dang, they missed out on guys. Like, I think that they were really legitimately in the run for Dylan Raiola. Dylan Raiola commits to Oregon. He's not going to back up Dante Moore next year. Now Miami's in a stronghold because they don't believe in any of the quarterbacks that were behind them.
They kind of late trying to grab somebody now.
Yeah, they late to grab somebody. So what are they going to do? They're going to try and pull. They're going to try and take somebody away. Hey, you sure you really want to lock up this team? If you leave right now, we're going to give you this amount of dollars.
I mean, Dabo just showed up one of his players. Somebody from Ole Miss was texting one of his players like, hey, I know you signed. What's the buyout?
What's the buyout? How are we going to get you out?
This professional football is no longer amateur, bro. This is professional sports.
Yeah.
So now you're in that sport to where Darian Mensah could potentially play for Miami. And while we were talking about this, Miami's on Duke's schedule next year.
Awkward.
At Miami. Duke is traveling to Miami. So if Duke really wanted to, and they hold him and they restrict him and they keep him from playing there, when Duke plays Miami, that ain't gonna be a pretty sight to see, especially between the two coaches or the players.
Yeah, we'll find out what's gonna happen.
A lot of tampering going on right
Yeah,
now.
a lot of
tampering.
other things going on. So we'll see. Wish Darius Minson all the best in his legal battle with Duke or whatever. Hopefully he gets a chance and opportunity to go where he wants to go. But at the end of the day, if you sign that deal, bro, you sign your name on the dotted line. You got to deal with the repercussions and consequences of what comes with that. So,
Stay at Duke and rock out.
Yeah. Let's move on to two big events, kind of some NFL / college news that goes together. The East West Shrine Bowl is coming up on the 27th. Yeah, coming up soon. Also, the Panini Senior Bowl is coming up on January 31st as well. There's a lot of guys draft related in these games that I think a lot of Chiefs fans should be paying attention to. I wanted to get Trey. You came up with a list of guys that you kind of like that you think Chiefs fans should be paying attention to. Also, CJ, if you got any guys as well that you
Chiefs stole one of mine. Being some haters.
Yeah. I went ahead. I came up with a list for not only local players, so for all the local teams, you got players that are in these games, and then as well as I got my guys that I probably like in this draft. Starting off with the locals for the East-West game. Jalen Daniels, quarterback. He will be representing Team East on Tuesday, as well as Kansas wide receiver Emmanuel Henderson Jr. He will be representing Team West. Kansas State has two representatives, Emmanuel Heck and BJ Payne. Mizzou has one person representing them, and Keegan Tross, I believe he's on Team West. Texas has four players representing them for the East-West Bowl. Ethan Burke, DJ Campbell, Jack Andrews, and Jalen Geeball, whatever you want to say his name is. Burke will represent West. Campbell and Andrews will be representing East, and Geeball will be representing West. The guys that are now on the Panini side, Mizzou has theirs. They have Zion Young, Chris McClellan, Kevin Coleman Jr., as well as Texas has a good old boy, Michael Taft.
Big Mook.
Big Mook will be representing.
Mook.
Nobody else from Kansas State or Kansas was representing Panini. But yeah, that's those. Now the guys that I'm really interested in. From Miami, I like Hakeem Mesidor, edge out of there. We've been talking about him a lot, especially in mock drafts, as a guy that potentially, if we don't get Ruben Bain, will be a secondary. He old, but I mean, if you want to get faster in the defense edge position, and a guy who knows a little bit about playing at the edge position as well as moving around on both sides of the field, Hakeem, I think, fits that. You got Keontae Scott. He's a corner from Miami. That's a guy that I would be honestly interested in because you're in need of cornerback depth. I think that he comes in and he can definitely come in and do some things. I got Malachi Fields, wide receiver out of Notre Dame. He's also in the Panini game. I think that's a guy that I would keep an eye out because I know a lot of fans, they have their speculation about where they want wide receivers, if they want wide receivers, whatever the case may be. You got guys like Isaiah World out of Oregon. I'm not saying that that's your future right tackle, but I think that if you bring him in, he will give you good competition and especially give you some more depth at the tackle position. Penn State guys that I like over there, these all are Nick Singleton or Kaytron Allen. It just depends on which one that you feel confident in or what you really like. And Danny Dennis Sutton. Me and the guys, we really haven't talked about him much. But I mean, again, another guy that's an edge, a guy that can honestly come in and play. From South Carolina, corner, you can call him a DB. I'm going to call him a DB because he's been able to show that he can play the corner as well as a safety role in Jalen Kilgore. You bring him in. CJ, if y'all heard what CJ be saying, CJ trying to get Shamari Connor off the fucking field.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. And I think Jalen Kilgore, if you draft Jalen Kilgore, you're doing just that because you're essentially taking Shamari out of that nickel. And Jalen I think Jalen can fill in and do a lot better than what you're seeing from Shamari Connor. Texas A&M, Casey Concepcion. I think that's just more wide receiver depth. I don't really expect you to use a big time high draft pick on him. Will Lee the third, St. Louis fans, y'all can go ahead, or St. Louis residents, y'all stand up on that one. Local kid, I know that his specialty is man-to-man coverage, which at times Spags does like to do it, especially on a zero blitz. So he's gonna usually leave things on the island. I can say that you can put Willie out there and he can do wonders. From Texas Tech, this has been the guys that we think honestly should come in and play on the defensive line position. You got Lee Hunter, D tackle. You got Romello Height. That's another D lineman. David Bailey. Y'all know how we feel about David Bailey. Jacob Rodriguez. If you want to add more to the linebacker core and you're trying to let go of Drew Tranquil, I think that you can definitely bring in Jacob Rodriguez and he can come in and play. I say Tyreek Sapp from Florida. I mean, I think that he's probably more of a guy that's probably against the run than he is against the pass. That's just my personal belief. Jacoby Lane, he's a wide receiver from USC. Harold Perkins Jr., that's another one of CJ's guys, linebacker out of LSU. Guy that we kind of saw a couple clips from, and we were like, okay, cool. Malik Benson out of Oregon, which we actually found out is from around here. He went to Lansing High School in Kansas. Dalen Everett, corner out of Georgia. That's a guy that I would definitely love to add into this DB position room. I would love to have him in here. Decario Davis, I would say in there. Max Ianachor, I've put him out there as well, just because again for tackle depth, because of the fact that he's primarily played the right tackle position, and I mean I haven't really seen Arizona State really be bad on the right side. I think that those guys are definitely going to come in and really do something. And then I forgot to add one more person, and Country loves this guy to death because he's a Florida State guy. Darrell Jackson Jr., defensive lineman out of Florida State.
Come on down, son. Play next to Chris Jones.
Yeah, we need you to go ahead and play alongside Chris Jones and Omar Norman Lott. A lot of these guys I see more for about depth position, but I mean you got guys like Akeem Mesidor, Zion Young, Chris McClellan. I would definitely say Jalen Kilgore, Lee any Texas Tech basically, Texas Tech defense basically. I'll take any of those. And I would definitely say Harold Perkins if you're trying to really add more depth into the linebacker room and the linebacker position. I would definitely say that. I'm surprised that Emmett Johnson, or what's his last name? Emmett Johnson. I'm very surprised that youngster is not in any bowl games because I think that he would absolutely cook in either one of these. But it is surprising the fact that he did not pop up on this list. I don't know why the world I joked with DG right before the show. Diego Pavia is at the Panini Reese's Bowl. I'm gonna kind of like watch him the same way I watched Dylan Gabriel last year, which is with popcorn and a soda, and just watch him throw up hospital balls because, good Lord. But no, definitely if the guys I'm really looking at is Akeem Mesidor, Zion Young. I'm mainly looking at the edge position because I think that this is the number one. That's the number one spot that you need to update. And if anybody else is to ever show up, I mean, everything else you can go according to. But I think those guys definitely are the ones that I'm definitely watching for. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of film work.
What about you, CJ? Anybody you looking towards, or
for the Senior Bowl, a lot of good running backs in that game that we could grab. Jamari Taylor from Virginia. A lot of people watched him this year. He's very explosive. I love both the Penn State running backs. I prefer Nick Singleton, but I'm fine with Katron Allen as well. Um, Le'Veon Moss is a great back, but has a lot of injury issues. Jonah Coleman, arguably RB2 in his class. My preference is Emmett Johnson, but I'm not mad at Jonah as well. As far as that game, and Trey pretty much broke everybody down for the Senior Bowl. For the Shrine Bowl, let me see. I think there were a couple of. Oh yeah, I was looking at a couple of the DBs, and I think the Chiefs actually interviewed one of them recently. I was looking at the Arizona State corners and the Houston corner. Let me see if I can find their name.
Keith Abney was interviewed with the Chiefs.
I think they did. I think they interviewed. It was Aiden Gaines or Aiden Garnes. Sorry, Aiden Garnes, the other corner. They got two corners at the game, and sorry, not the Shrine Bowl. This is the American Bowl, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, American Bowl. It's the corners that I like. And I said it on Tell the Truth with DG. I like Latrell McCutcheon, the long, lanky corner from Houston. He's like 6 foot, 6'1". And then the two Arizona corners, Michael Dansby and Aiden Garnes. The Chiefs actually interviewed Aiden Garnes at the bowl week this week, so they're kind of having the same eye for us. I watched a lot of Arizona tape this year, other than being in Big 12. So they had a lot of good DB plays. I think those are three guys we should definitely keep our eyes on for sure. And then that's it for that game. And for the East-West Shrine game, let me see. Obviously, you got guys like Torian York from Texas A&M. I think that's a sleeper linebacker I'm going to add to my list as well. Obviously, the Weeks brothers. Weeks, they can run, they can tackle. I'm not mad at that one either. And then let me see anybody else that I like. Anybody popping out my eye on these ones? I mean, obviously, as receivers, I like Stribling at Ole Miss. I'm not mad at that one at all. We wanted to do something late with him. I think he's very explosive. I
gotta find what the password is because I'm like, if y'all want to, we can do a mock draft.
Skylar Bell out of Connecticut, UConn. I like him too. And then not too many running backs in this game that I'm really feeling too much. Mainly the linebackers as far as the East-West Shrine game I was looking at. And as far as D linemen, nobody really popping off. I mean, obviously you got Dante Corleone out of Cincinnati. We mentioned him a lot. Darrell Jackson, obviously, the obvious names. Not really many names in this class. I think the best bowl game is obviously the Under Armour one. That's the biggest one for real. Back with the most names that you could watch. But all these games we have, obviously I'll make a tweet with all the guys we've said, and I'll put it out just for guys that we want to see if the Chiefs end up taking any of them. Obviously, I already interviewed one of the Arizona corners. I was looking at them last week, so we'll see how much of a correlation we can make with the Chief scouts in our minds to see if we connect more. But I think we have a good list of guys that we could grab for sure as far as day one, day two. We just gotta keep grinding, watch film, and just wait till the draft now. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm trying to get PFF uploaded and see if y'all want to if we can do an episode. Do a mock draft because I think a lot of these guys, especially me personally, I haven't done a mock draft since a lot of the guys came out. Sorry, I'm trying to get things situated.
I have to go Pro Football Network.
Yeah. Unless you're logged into your computer, you can do one.
Yeah, I'm a switch over to Pro Football
Network. I was about to say if you got it on yours, if any of y'all got Charles, because I know we were kind of going stupid.
I can share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead. You got it. Because now I think that especially this is the exact time because this is pre Reese's Bowl and Shrine Bowl, pre Combine. So I mean, this is probably about as raw as you can get before you really start the draft. And I think that now as you're developing over time,
I don't think let me share my iPad. You probably got to do it, DG.
Yeah, DG, you probably got to do it. But I mean, honestly, in totality, like these is going to be some very talented kids. You said what? Oh, DG froze.
No, he froze. He could be back.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's a little frozen on my end. But no, I think that honestly, this is going to be a very interesting thing. Let me see. DG come back. DG come back. I think they. All right, you spotty, brother. There we go. There you go, spotty boy.
He gonna figure it out.
You gonna get
No,
it.
we can run a mock real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I think that the mock will probably give fans an opportunity to really figure out what it looks like. All right, bro. Yeah, his network is kind of spotty. All right, there you go. He's moving better now. There you go. You're moving better now. There you go. You good, Ging. All right, can you put yours up?
Yeah, hold on, give me a second.
Do your thing.
But I mean, yeah, honestly, I think that is, especially in this situation, you're kind of in that spot to where you're able to kind of get an idea of what's going on, as well as what it's going to look like. And
I mean, best case scenario for us, obviously,
mm,
I think is if we get to 9, and obviously, like some of the guys we like are available, like a Jeremiah Love. If we're blessed enough to see Bain or Bailey, I think that's probably best. I think that's best case scenario. I don't think either one of those guys are going to be there, honestly. But
yeah,
I think out of the big 4, I would say Caleb Downs, Reuben Bain, David Bailey, and Jeremiah Love. Which 4 is the most likely to fall? Out of those 4, I would probably say Jeremiah.
Yeah.
So I think after them, maybe Downs if we get lucky. But I think those 3 guys, Bailey, Bain, and Downs, are all going to be gone by 5. So I think realistically our world is either Jeremiah Love slips through the cracks and people don't think a running back is worth to go that high. If not, I think we may end up trading back and taking a guy like Folk, but we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think, honestly, we're in that spot to where Mel Kiper put out his mock draft, and I thought it was hilarious.
I saw it too. He went complete opposite of what the norm was.
Yeah, bro. I don't know how. Like he actually took Carnell Tate at 5 to the Giants, and then it's kind of like he made it to where it was accessible for us to get Jeremiah Love, which I personally don't. I love Jeremiah Love as a running back, and I love him as a prospect, and I think he would fit well here, especially with EB in the picture. But is the running back room the number 1 position of need? I don't believe so. And I mean, look, it's kind of got to that point to where we were in the group chat talking about like, hey, if we got to go back to 2018 where it's strictly we averaging 35 points a game and we allowing 28, so be it.
I mean, at that point, it's like when you get to 9, that's why I said my hierarchy obviously is we all want Bailey or Bain. That's our top 2 priority. If they're gone, I fully expect.
Oh shit! My bad.
You good.
No, I fully expect Bailey and Bain to be gone. So by the time we get to 9, if Jeremiah Love is there, that's why and it's funny because like Trey said, I think out of those 4, he's probably the most realistic one that could fall. I don't see a world where Caleb Downs gets past 5. I don't see a world where Bain or Bailey get past 7. Like I think all 3 of those guys are going to be gone. So in my mind, I've been thinking of it the last 3 weeks. It's honestly going to be Jeremiah Love or trade back. That's honestly my thinking at 9. If I can get him, great. That's a dynamic player. He's going to come in immediately. He will be the most explosive running back we've had in the Chiefs uniform since Jamal Charles. It's been a very long time since we've had a guy like that. So I'll be happy. I know Andy Reid and Bieniemy will be ecstatic about it as well because he can do everything as far as running the ball, catching the ball. He can take the ball 90. We've seen him play at Notre Dame for all these years. So I will be ecstatic to get him in the building. But I think more realistically, it's probably going to be a trade back scenario. So I want Chiefs Kingdom to temper their expectations. I want all the players we mentioned as well. We all want them. But I think you got to look at the board, look who's above us. If we're blessed enough and Love falls, I'll be ecstatic because I think he's that good of a player. But I think more than likely, 60% of my mind is telling me we're probably going to have to trade back. I think all the guys we want will be off the board. So a 9 to 12 or a 9 to 14 trade back with a couple of teams makes more sense for us in that spot. So, but we'll see.
Yeah. We just want to do PFS then because I don't think DG really want to deal with this.
You got the log. You want me to see the log here? I got the log.
You just did a mock. All right, bet. All right. Okay, DG done flipped over to a different screen.
Let's go.
Yeah, I kind of had to change so I could bring this up. Bear with me, y'all.
No, you cool, bro.
No, you good, you good, you good.
Oh, good.
But I think honestly, in just let me think of it. Here we can show Max, we can show Max one because I mean, all right, let's. Alrighty. So this is according to DMAC. DMAC put one out. He just did one, and this one is. There we go. Go ahead and put this one up. Uh, yeah, it's extremely cooked on my end. Hold on, let me try and zoom in and see if this works out better. All right, let me see if this one works out better. Boom. So this is kind of where Mac went. Mac traded back from nine to 14, picks up Peter Woods, spins back around, picks up. It looks like he picked up an extra second. Picked up an extra second, fourth, and he made a trade with Baltimore. Traded back, picked up an extra fourth with Baltimore next year. Got a fourth and a second this year, as well as other picks. Spins back around, gets Elijah Surratt, which I mean, you got to definitely you got a guy that you would probably be very favorable with, especially a guy that can line up as well. He can pretty much line up everywhere. LT Overton, a guy who DMAC feels like is a Spags kind of guy, which I can see that as well. Then he spins back around in the third, gets Jadarian Price out of Notre Dame. Then he also goes out and he grabs Michael Taft, and then he goes back around, gets Alex Harkey, then Jack Kelly, Noah Whittington, and Nate Bachmeyer from Texas A&M to round out the night. I'm not against that at all. We'll go ahead and bring this out. Bring us back. Nope. There we go. Yeah, honestly, that I would love to have that kind of stuff happen. I mean, I think that we all agree that we've been talking about this for days. Where honestly, if something were to happen and none of our guys that we want are to be on the board, that we will probably more than likely trade back and then being able to accumulate picks for right as well as not right now, but as well as for the future. And just yeah. So DG is trying to get everything set up for him so we can go ahead and do one. Here, I think we just gonna go ahead and do a PFSN because honestly, I don't.
Well, this cool. You can run it. That's cool.
Yeah, we can rock with it. Let's go ahead and get him right. All right, let's just go ahead and do this one. All right, we're gonna do a PFSN. I'm going to get this right here. Boom, 7 rounds, normal speed. Again, this is off of what PFSN has said, not us. So bear with us. We do not agree exactly with everything with what PFSN or anybody else does.
I was trying to do it another way, but
it's whatever.
Oh,
it's whatever. I think as long. Oh yeah, I was about to say. I think when we get really closer, that's when the level of importance is going to be at. So, but we're going to be right here. She's here at 7. And we're at partner. Everybody can see it. All right. It is right now. Yeah, it's going on right now.
That's cool.
All right. Y'all can see the screen?
Yep.
All right. So right now on the board, Tampa Bay is one. If we were to trade back, Tampa Bay is giving us pick 15, pick 46 to trade back from 9. Philly wants 23, 54, 68, and a Philly second. I don't think that this will ever happen. But honestly, I think that all three of us agreed that we would not take either of these picks.
No.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we'll stay in here.
Yep. All right. So now Chiefs are on the clock. Just a quick little go over. Fernando Mendoza, Cardinal Tate went to the Jets. Arvell Reese. I don't mind that at all. I think that actually would be a good fit for him, especially with things going where things are at. Arizona, they definitely are in need of linebacker help. This is very much so. Jordan Tyson, Spencer Fano.
That's gonna help us out a lot. We need some of them tackles to jump up in front of us
Yeah,
and
we need
taken.
Francis Muwaga, Caleb Lomu,
Fano.
or Spencer Fano for sure to get in the top 10.
For sure.
Keldrick Falk goes to the Saints here, so kind of a lot. Some people
If that happened, I would laugh hysterically and be happy at the same time.
I'd be ecstatic.
Super ecstatic.
Dude, imagine if they actually did do that. Oh my god, I'd be like, get on the board right now. All right,
send the card in.
Send it in. Now we're at that spot. Jeremiah Love is on the board. David Bailey is on the board. Peter Woods is on the board. Caleb Lomu is on the board. Francis Muwaga. Everybody else don't matter.
I think it's a no-brainer here.
I believe that this is a no-brainer as well.
Get the boy.
We're going to go ahead out of Texas Tech. You're going to get Edge, David Bailey.
Put your guns up.
Although Chiefs YN Twitter would be pissed off.
It would be absolutely
just because we didn't take Jeremiah Love.
He was right there.
Like, yeah, this
don't matter. Sack the quarterback.
Fit. Yeah, we definitely have to change the dynamic of the defensive line. I like David Bailey. I love what he brings to the game. Impact edge. I think you could start immediately day one from get go. That would bring some definite juice to this defensive line.
Yeah, I agree. Which right after, if y'all watched as it was going back down, right after Jeremiah Love went to the Cincinnati Bengals, which again, y'all not investing. Sounds like a Bengals type of pick. You're investing in the weapons and not into your offensive line.
40.
What's the next trade?
What's the next one?
The next one.
It's not bad, but I don't like the next. I don't like getting the next.
57 is a lot of drops. No, that's not 44.
44 ain't bad.
242.
You pay it up.
Let's see who's on the board first. Can we come?
Yeah, who's on the board?
Can you hide it? Can you drop that down. Look at can you look at the other edges
at the very top
or D tackle?
Yeah, we can definitely do it. Right now, Christian Miller is the top tackle on the board. Right after LT Overton, he is also on the board. R. Mason Thomas is here as well. Cassius Howell, he is here.
Having David Bailey and R. Mason Thomas.
Oh my
boy, I'm flirting with it right now. I'm
not mad at R. Mason, not gonna lie.
Hey, R. Mason on the board. If we double down and we set the first 2 rounds, we're going defense. I'm
Who are the tight ends right now too?
Tight ends on the board: Oscar Dell, Michael Trigg, Reardon.
Oh no, Stowers right there. There he is.
Yes. Where's the Stowers lower. Okay.
Y'all want to double up on edge? Y'all want to get a weapon? I prefer doubling up on edge.
I think I'm honestly. Oh, you see who right here?
That boy is there.
I still think you can wait on him too.
I know if we get this 44 pick and we get an extra pick, that's nice. But we have our options, so we could end up taking that trade and getting the second pick. So
you have the door is open. The door is open for this.
I think taking Emmett Johnson is a little bit high at 40. I think he's more of a third round guy in my opinion. I don't think there's really any running backs worth taking at 40 spot. You know,
you got so many options. You got Jonah. You got Jadarian, Patron.
I think if our Mason
Roman Hemby
there,
Hemby there, Singleton.
This would be our Mason Thomas for me.
Either him or LT.
I can double it. Yeah, if I can double up on edge and get 2 impact guys,
for sure.
Also,
two young guys on one side. You got George and Ash
let's look
on
at
the left.
Defensive tackle position as well.
That's what I was saying. You want to get a D tackle? Get your boy, Lee Hunter or Darrell. Either one.
Still think you can wait on both of them too.
You think you can wait on them?
Darrell big ass probably gonna move up.
So we're not gonna make a trade with the Jets. And LT Overton is looking crazy because he thought that he was coming to Kansas City. And they said an edge was coming off of the board, but it's not him. It's R. Mason Thomas
Psych.
out of Oklahoma.
Boomer. Sorry, DG.
He said,
I'm
Boomer.
pissing Tags all the way off. I don't care. Give me speed.
All right. As time is going on, Kai,
Fans
we are
hate it,
starting
but
to see.
that'll definitely change the dynamic of this defensive
That'll
line.
change everything for us if we
That would
did
change
that,
a lot.
bro. Oh my god.
Oh my!
We
I
gotta
was
go.
shocked.
We gotta go D tackle at this next pick.
Yeah, Lee Hunter has now come off the board. I believe
Yeah.
that I saw somebody else just go off the board as well. Philly is back on the phones for some
Damn.
reason. Howie Roseman is
98.
one of the,
Trash.
I don't know why.
Ain't getting off
Why
my
Howie
phone.
Roseman?
They desperate. Get off my phone. I'm cool on
That's
Jackson.
not bad, but I'm cool on that too. They want you to give up a fifth.
Yeah, now they get to move. Nah, I'm cool.
I'm
What's them
good.
D tackle looking like?
Our boy is right there.
Oh yeah, get that boy. We good.
Another guy that did come off the board, and we're gonna go ahead and make our decision. Another guy that did come off the board right after,
Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, man.
Emmett Johnson went to the Ravens.
Bastards.
I know, right? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go with FSU. I know that the Chiefs have a pipeline somewhat with them. We got Naughty in this position. Naughty. Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take Daryl Jackson Jr. I'm pretty sure the Chiefs YNs are probably absolutely pissed because we have yet to get any offense, and now they're gonna say that we're not giving Mahomes any.
Calling out the YNs like we catering them is crazy. We're gonna start doing football questions. Can you tell me the difference between cover 2 and cover 4? Then don't talk to me if you can't do that. Don't talk to me, please. Shout out that boy Darrell. He ain't even got to change up his celebration. He could do the same thing. Remember?
Yeah,
he ain't got to switch it up.
He ain't got to do nothing. All right, so Chiefs are back on the board. Some guys who did go. Tyreek Sapp did go off the board. Ryan Parker, Danny Dennis-Sutton, Kevin Coleman went off the board.
Jalen Kilgore.
Jalen Kilgore definitely did. Stowers is still on the board.
Stowers on the board.
Zion Young did go on the board. Yeah,
Darren Price.
Yeah. That's a big one. Katron Allen. I know some people said that they like Katron over Nick.
We just revamped our whole D line room with them 3 picks, so we can definitely go offense now.
Yeah, we can definitely go offense. I agree.
All
right.
Tight end or running back.
Yeah, I'm tight end or running back, whichever one we like best. I like Singleton. I like Hemby.
Right down lower here, Mac went with Noah Whittington later on.
Noah, you could definitely get Noah late for sure. Noah late.
Jamari Taylor.
I like Jamari. Yep, I like him.
And then
he might be a UDFA as well too.
For sure, a lot of them backs may end up going day 3 for real. So
hey, look, we can definitely
if Stowers
we can bring him in.
This is a no-brainer if Stowers here, bro.
I think this is an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah, he's that late.
Even though there was reports saying Trav coming back, the Chiefs wanted to be certain.
Still gotta
get our guy. No disrespect to Jake Brenningstool or whoever else or Noah Gray. We're gonna have to go ahead and roll with another tight end. We getting that tight end, a wide receiver turn line tight end, Harold Perkins. That's crazy. And
they took Aiden Fisher.
Yeah, bro.
They knew what I was thinking, bro. Oh, both of the guys off the board.
Oh, that they be here.
I really got to dig in my bag for linebacker.
But we went ahead. We got Eli Stowers. I think that's basically a big wide receiver, which that's gonna be huge. A lot of guys came off the board.
And he took Keontae Scott. Fuck.
Yeah, Keontae Scott is off the board now.
And he took all the safeties I like.
Looking, we got linebacker room.
Oh, Jacob's right there. Oh wow. Oh yeah, get Jacob. I thought you was
Damani Jackson's still on the board as well. Michael Taft.
Boy, Taft
well on the board.
I'm taking Rodriguez right here, boy.
Romello Height is there. Derek Moore is there.
I would probably say linebacker, running back here. What were the running backs again?
In the running back room, Robert Henry, Jan Miller, Mike Singleton, Noah Whittington, Chip Trainum, Jamari Taylor, Le'Veon Moss. You got guys like these. Jade Knott later on.
You got some options.
Yeah, we got a few
You
options.
can wait.
You can wait
I'd
on
probably
it.
go linebacker.
Linebacker, and we're going with the guy
Get your boy J Rod, man.
who is sitting over there getting picks left and right over at Texas Tech. Should have honestly, I feel like he should
Put
have
your
been.
guns up.
Yeah, I feel like we really needed this. You want a guy who can go along. I think Jacob and Nick Bolton will absolutely would do wonders for this linebacker room. You got one who can primarily read the line, he can read the eyes of the defense as well as he can drop back in coverage a little bit. Go alongside. I believe that he's coming back alongside Leo Chanel and Nick Bolton. We going to put your guns up, kind of like what CJ just said. We going with Jacob Rodriguez.
And he could play that mic too. I love it.
Oh yeah, he could definitely. He can play the mic. He can play the wheel. I'm good with it. Guys that are coming off of the board right now: Carver Willis, T.J. Hall, Deion Burks, Jan Miller's coming off the board. Michael Taft to Buffalo.
He is. That sounds like a Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
He looks like all the other safety.
Damani Jackson. I'm Adam Randall. Chris McClellan.
What's the
off the
corners?
board.
Corners are running back.
Quarterback looking like you got Andre Fuller up 198.
Everett's still there.
Crazy.
Dalen Everett. He's
I like that Everett pick. I like it.
Jacoby Thomas is on the board. Cole Wisniewski.
What about receiver too as well?
The wide receiver compartment. Yes, the YNs are like, why in the world are y'all still not picked?
McAllister's still there. I love it.
And we are on our last pick as well.
Dribbling is there.
So we gotta make it count. Unless we can propose a trade to come back in. If we want to make a trade and come back into the photo, we see a guy that we know this potentially still there. So yeah, I know we talk about Eric McAllister a lot.
Him or
What about running back?
The running back position, you got Noah Whittington, you still got Jamari Taylor, you still got Le'Veon Moss, you still got Jamal Haynes, you still got CJ Donaldson, Razul Faison, Kalon Black as well.
I don't love any of the running backs to be spending in the fifth round. I think you can get a lot of those guys in it's UDFAs. Everett would probably be the pick for me.
I'll go Everett.
You can get McAllister too. It's probably the UDFA as well.
Yeah.
If they're dropping this far. So.
Well, this is the fifth round. I don't know why we don't have any more picks, but somehow, somewhere, we don't have any more picks. This is the last pick. Again, there's a guy that we look and it's at the right time. I mean, the Chiefs can definitely trade back in. So that is still on the board. So with that, still, we're going to go ahead. Even though he's ranked 189, we think he's a dog. I think he's a dog. I think we all agree. Out of Georgia, go Dogs. We're going with Dalen Everett. At this time, if you're Brett Veach and you see the guys that are on the board, are you wanting to take a gander and potentially seeing if any of them are still on the board after a while?
Well, obviously, right here, you're trading future picks. So,
yeah. Eric McAllister goes to Cincinnati.
I don't think that there's like any guys that I'm like, I got to jump back in and get them.
Have to get them.
You got Jamari Taylor. You got Le'Veon Moss. He's still on the bird. Jamal Haynes. He's still on the bird. Looking at the wide receiver compartment, Dane Key, Malachi Fields, CJ Daniels. Cole Wisniewski. Maybe you want a kicker. I'm kidding. We're not. Y'all will never see us draft a kicker.
You might have to think about soon.
That might be so. Hey, look, the kicker I wanted is now kicking field goals for the Rams, and he's doing a damn good job at it.
It's nobody that I'd really would be adamant about them jumping back in. Maybe CJ Fight would good.
Yeah, that would.
Jump back in for it. But you already took Daryl Jackson Jr. I would be perfectly fine if this is how things ended up for them.
Because you can easily be more aggressive in free agency, go get a running back. A lot of the UDFA running backs are available as well. So all the main positions you needed to hit, you did that with edge, D tackle, linebacker depth. Obviously, we didn't want to reach for any of the running backs, so we thought we can get better value elsewhere. As much as I would love Emmett Johnson, I would much rather have like Darrell Jackson.
I don't think they're relying on the draft to address running back. I think that'll be something that they'll obviously spend money on
for sure
in the free agency. So I think this running back class is
after
pretty
Jeremy, the big drop off. So
yeah, and then the free agency class is a little bit better. I think
absolutely
get a proven guy that can come in and learn your system pretty quick. So.
And there's a lot of guys still. I know people hate me for saying it, but Kenny Gainwell, I think it's great value. Led Steelers in catches this year. Can play on third down. You're looking for that third down back. Jet McKinnon role, he can do that. Obviously, in my mind, I know people don't believe in me. I think Dameon Pierce could still be a starter in this league. That's my opinion. I think Bashar Smith's going to take a jump with EB in the room, like DG said. So, the running back room could still be improved. Not saying that it's perfect by any means, but if this is the way to draft went, I think we killed it, bro. You got faster, stronger up front. You got another DB on the field, more linebacker speed, another tight end to go in the room.
David Bailey and R. Mason Thompson on day 1 and day 2.
You ain't got to worry about sacks, brother.
No more.
You ain't got to worry about sacks. I'll tell you that.
I'm good.
We good on that. And you get Darrell Jackson
definitely back. Yeah.
Rotating next to Chris. Oh my God,
boy,
love
it.
I love it. I love it.
I don't know if people really understand how lethal this would be. You're talking about an edge room with David Bailey, R. Mason Thomas,
Ashton
Gillotta, and George. If that's gonna be your 4 edges,
talk about a rotation.
Hey, I need you on second down.
And you can still bring back Charles Omenihu for another vet minimum deal. That's a possibility as well. So if that's the rotation at D-line, you immediately revamp that room, which Veach has done multiple times with O-line, receiver. He's done that all the time of his career. So if that's the way we revamp the D-line room, I know people don't love it because defense isn't sexy or cool, but I would love this move. If you love football and you love the Chiefs, you would love that board for sure.
You would definitely love it. Let's talk about the defensive line position because you're talking about rotation with Daryl Jackson, Chris Jones, and Omar Norman Lott.
Yep. I would love that too. And then whatever fourth guy you want to bring back, Mike Pennell, whoever you want to bring back for a vet minimum type deal.
If you think Nadi, Nadi is cheap. I know people don't like Nadi, but if this is that like your little case scenario,
gotta have a body in there for sure. No, I'll be fine with that.
I'm good with that too. The linebacker component. You went and got Jacob Rodriguez, a guy who, he had one great year, but I mean, he's been putting out good film. And you talking about you don't really need a savior in your linebacker room. You just need a guy who can be productive. You kind of see him. We kind of saw a little bit of a drop off from Drew Tranquill. He's not really been. I mean, we weren't expecting a lot from him, but I mean, he's just like you're not gonna depend on what Drew like 29 or 30 now. Like you're at that point now where you need to get a young guy in this linebacker room to go alongside with Leo and George or with Leo and Nick and Drew if you're gonna bring him back.
Facts.
So I mean, then Dalen, brother, a lot of people just look at the name and they think it's exciting. Just watch this film. I love Dalen Everett. I think that he's a great guy.
He got better. When he first came in Georgia, it was rough. It was looking a little bad for him. But he took a whole 360 the last 2 years for sure.
Yeah. And I know DG was watching the SEC championship game. He's like, "Give me Dalen Everett now."
Dalen Everett, he's a dog. He's a dog for sure.
That's a good value. Good, great value.
He would immediately go in there and challenge some guys for some spots and earn his right to play. So, and we always want to see guys play at their best. So, I'm with it.
Yeah, that's the way that things shake out, man. I'm perfectly fine with it. Revamping that defensive line, I think, is the ultimate goal for going into this draft period. So that's a spot that I would tell a lot of Chiefs fans, especially in this these all-star games, to kind of watch for. Some guys may pop up that you don't expect to really get a lot of them. This is where guys really make their names in these All-Star games and get a lot more film and things of that nature on them. You can really boost and raise your stock in these games. So, check those. The East-West Shrine game is on Tuesday, the 27th. The Panini Senior Bowl is on January 31st. So check out both of those games. And I think is the American Bowl coming up this weekend? Is it tomorrow?
I know Shrine Bowl Tuesday, Senior Bowl Saturday. When's the
American Bowl to the 2026 American All-Star Bowl. Actually, it already happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Already played. So go check out the highlights of that.
I remember that. Yeah, because somebody told me saw a Mizzou player with a Kansas sticker on the shit, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
He's like, "What is this?"
Yeah, go check out all those All-Star games, man. Be on the lookout for any of the prospects. Let us know on the Twitter page and the X page of who you like in those games as well too. And if you find any gems you like, send them our way. We'll definitely get them up here as well too. Get to our sponsor as well, Underdog Fantasy, promo code KingdomCast, man. Go to Underdog Fantasy. The good people over there are giving out, if you bet, you put deposit 5, you get 75 if you're a new user. So use that promo code as well. NFL playoffs, NBA is happening today as well too. College basketball is in full effect as well. So Underdog is the best place to play daily fantasy sports. Get over there to the Underdog and tell them the Kingdom Cast sent you as well. That's gonna wrap it up for us, guys. Redshirt Podcast in the books again, episode 20. Hold on, before we go.
Yeah, play the video again. Play the video. DJ was not in. You gotta play the video.
And give a shout out to our national champions, man, for one more go around.
Who's
Hoosiers?
We some Indianimals. I'm an Indianimal. She an Indianimal. We from Indiana. We some Indianimals. Tell up, hey. Tell up, hey.
Hey.
That's some Indianimals.
Shout out to the Indianimals, man. Shout out to the University of Indiana on their national championship, man. Hopefully Bloomington is going crazy for the first football national championship ever in school history.
They're gonna build that boy Fernando Mendoza a statue.
A statue for sure.
Hey, man,
it's definitely coming. He is definitely a legend in Bloomington. That's gonna do it for us, man. For myself, CJ, Trey. Follow us all on our respective Twitters below. Follow the Kingdom Cast account. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend, man. And we will be back next week to discuss more transfer portal news, as well as whatever the latest happening is in the college football landscape as well. Check out Kingdom Cast. I think are we doing a watch along for the AFC title game tomorrow?
I think we might do. We should do a hate watch. I don't care who's the.
We might be hate watching tomorrow. Patriots.
We definitely hate watch for sure.
For sure. We're all snowed in, so we pretty much. I don't think we have no choice. Ultimately, so be back with us hopefully tomorrow if that gets set up as well. Tell the Truth on Tuesdays, followed by Kingdom Cast. Chuck and Country on Thursdays. And then check out my boy P-Mac on Fridays with the Magruder Files as well, too. Yeah, man, that's going to do it for us. Hopefully y'all have a good day. Stay safe, man. Stay warm.
Stay in the house.
Yeah, don't travel anywhere if you don't need to go anywhere. And continue to eat those sandwiches and all that bread y'all bought.
Eat them PB&Js, all that milk y'all be buying.
At the store. Y'all better eat it too. I better not see y'all wasting the bread.
Don't be wasting that milk. Milk expensive. Buying
I
all
went
that
to the
milk.
store and all the bread was gone, man. It's
How much cereal y'all gonna eat in 2 days? Y'all buying all this milk for what? How much milk you gonna drink
all the
in
case
2
of
days?
bread, like,
Straight milk.
Buying all that bread and milk.
But yeah, man. I appreciate y'all.
They thought it was
Have
Corona
a good
all
day,
over.
y'all. Enjoy your snacks.
Enjoy your
Peace.
snacks.